And you have been a beautiful soul, very supportive, very good, and I'm very proud of all the success that you have achieved. But you have gave so much in every space, so thank you so much. And what are your intention, reflection for this year, and what are you looking forward for 2023? Graciela? Oh, she's okay. It look like she is busy. So let's pass the mic to
I'm
Nadine.
here. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
Donica.
okay.
I
It's
couldn't find
okay.
my phone.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Yes.
I heard
Welcome.
you talking, and
Oh,
I'm like,
welcome.
where did I leave it? Oh my gosh. You know me, I'm just walking around and chasing Elijah and also walking away from him as I grab the microphone. But everything that's been shared is so beautiful. Donica, this has been such a miraculous year. I want to use that word because it is, I consider it such a miracle to be connected to all of you in spaces. Like, it was not something that I could have anticipated out of joining Twitter after avoiding it for a decade, honestly. And it's had its ups and downs and curves and all the colors of the spectrum type of moments, and I'm just very grateful for every single moment that I get to share, and meeting you and Bobby. I texted you, I was asking you about Bobby. I hope she's feeling well, because it's just such a gift to be able to share in these conversations and to go in depth about what we do and how we do it, and what we love about each other. I really cannot go any further because he's chasing me, and I don't want that to be overwhelming for other listeners. But resolutions, I grew up like very resolution oriented. Like, one year my resolution was to stop eating crackers because I loved them so much, and I would carry around a pack of crackers everywhere. And so I was like, this is like an addiction. Like, I'm freaking addicted to like crackers. So my resolution is gonna be to let go of that. And somebody was like, your resolution is meant to only last like 2 weeks, and you don't need to. I don't know what somebody told me, that I was like, wait, this is a joke, so I can just let it go. And instead, sorry, it's so distracting to speak while he's doing that. Um i i reflect a lot on what divinity said, Ellie, because setting intentions every week and setting intentions every month, I feel like it's been more realistic for me. And I've been doing that for the past 3 years because of what my husband taught me about planning and time blocking and all of that. So now I don't think about it as a new year because there's so many opportunities to have a new year. Think about your birthday. That's another new year of life. That's like another chance to set intentions or to set resolutions. And then this year I found out that Halloween is like another new year in certain traditions. And I was like, oh, look at that. Another opportunity to think about a new year and new intentions. And in my church, we call that a tender mercy, because it is a tender mercy to get infinite opportunities to start or endless opportunities to begin again. And it's just such a gift. So I'm very grateful for you, grateful for the space, and grateful for every single person that tunes in right now in this conversation, and to every single one of my spaces. So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Graciela. And I'm grateful for you and all of you in these spaces. I feel like I'm excited sometime when I come home and I just want to relax instead of doing meditation. I go in the spaces when I have familiar faces and I know that I'm going learn something, share something, and strengthen that bond that we have created. This is beautiful in here, and I just like what you share, and your spirit this year have been like grown so much because you have shared so much in every space and support everybody else, and thank you for that. And I know then you have mentioned my name many 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 times in every space, even I wasn't there, and I appreciate for you spreading love and support, not only for me but for many people. And Bobby is not feeling good. This is why she's not here, so I'm on my own tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and give Elijah a big hug from me.
I will, thank you, and let Bobby know that she is missed.
I know. Thank you. Um, and I know then small town was and Nadine came the same time, but whenever is ready, you can unmute the mic because I can't remember and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But these you two were the same time, and I know Rachel dropped down, and I want you to come and speak. But if you feel like you want to speak, just raise your hand. So Nadine, I called you early and small town. Please forgive me. Let's give Nadine the turn to speak, and you are next. Thank you. Thank you for the heart. Okay, you gave the permission. So, welcome, Nadine, and thank you for coming. I've heard you in many spaces, and have so much respect for you. Your voice is so calm, and every time I like when you deliver because it's like it goes slow and to the point. Like some of my students I have, I'm like, just okay, okay, but I know then the results are always great. You always deliver so beautifully. So unmute your mic, and what is a reflection for this year intentions, and what do you want to do something for 2023?
Oh, thank you, Danica. I wasn't expecting that compliment. Thank you. It's very lovely. Thank you, everybody, and good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you guys are. Sorry, my voice is a bit low. I'm actually, I was in the hospital last week for a scheduled surgery, so I'm recovering from that. But I wanted to speak about it a little bit because it's a big reflection on what I've gone through this year, reflecting and my intentions for next year. It's all connected. I started the year just wanting to survive, getting through the day, lots of stress at work, lots of stress at home. And I was in a lot of pain physically um, because I had fibroids that were causing a lot of pain. And I was waiting for a long time for this surgery. It was bringing me down mentally and spiritually as well. And at the end of the year, at the end of January, um, I had a moment where I woke up in the middle of the night and had to write. And for anyone who knows my story, I love to write, but I gave up writing for many years for other reasons. I That was a moment where I decided to start writing again. So I decided to start writing daily in February, and at the same time, I decided to join Twitter, and everything started to change after that. Like the stress that I used to, if little things that would make me rip my hair out, I wasn't as stressed anymore because I would write it out. I learned so much from spaces about kindness and gratitude, um, and just being and also meeting so many incredible people. Um, I started using my voice in a way I never expected. And I was able to manage the stress at work, even when it started to throw things at me that I never expected near the end of this year. I still managed to hold on. And last week, I finally had the surgery I've been waiting for a year and a half. And not I expected them to remove two large fibroids, and they removed 13 fibroids, and I was just blown away. I was holding on to a lot of pain, a lot of old stuff. So I feel like this is like, you know, I'm starting something new again. Um, I'm not calling it a New Year's resolution. but definitely something new is coming, and I feel really great about it. A little sore, but I know it's going to get better. Earlier, Donika, you were talking about out with the old and in with the new, and I kind of made some notes. If I were to talk about anything for me out with the old, it's basically um, obviously my fibroids, they're gone, and fear. The fear I was holding on to about writing, the fear of failure, and just the exhaustion, the and the feeling sorry for myself all the time. And in with the new, I would say, experiencing and learning about more, how to be more kind, more compassion, being a better listener, and just taking better care of myself. I learned, you have to pivot sometimes in life, and that's okay. And I'm just in a place right now where I'm I'm really excited about what's coming next. So um, a lot of opportunities came my way because of many people in this space, and I'm just I just want to say thank you to all of you because you've been amazing, and you're amazing people. And I wish you all a great rest of the year, um, and 2023. And I hope we all continue to connect. So thank you for letting me talk this evening.
Oh, wow. You are welcome. I hope you feel better, and it's going to take some time, but the fibroids are painful. I have them after I have my daughter. They used to pop left and right, and it was so painful, but I didn't have surgery. I waited till they popped themselves. And oh my goodness. But listen, as you were talking, then I work with energy and spirituality, and all I can hear is going to be successful. You're going to write the book, and my angels are giving me the title of the book, which it was Meeting a New Life Through Journaling. Now you keep the title or not, but they really, I do reading in my space, but loud and clear is Meeting a New Life Through Journaling. Because if it wasn't for the journaling, God did give you then angels in many ways. We are little angels in these platforms. We are like orbs, have our own profile picture, a pencil, or a drink, or we don't show you our face, have sunglasses, but that is our gift. And where you are attracted, you connect with. So God removed everything out of your body, and you are going in a spiritual healing. You're going to have a year. This year coming, be prepared. It's going to be a spiritual healing. And this is what they want you to do, to write a book. So you let out of your body everything doesn't serve you anymore. The three things that I said in the beginning: keep, improve, let go. So you clean your body, letting go. You are improving yourself, and you're going to take more care of yourself. And man, you're going to write that book. And I want a book with you to co-sign and say, hey, Donika told me in the space, but you're going to write the book, and it's going to be very successful. So this is what I want to give to you as a gift for this year. Whenever come in this space for you, I'm just going to read you, give it to you as a present. But Nadine, you're going to write the book, no doubt. 99.99% you're going to do the book next year. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You are welcome. So, small town famous, and you are famous for being here. Man, he like to drink, he like to exercise, he love to travel around the world, he loves coffee. Beautiful. So welcome. And I saw your picture. So welcome, and I don't know, your voice is like raspy. I can't remember you, but my voice is getting like raspy when I talk to you. So unmute your mic and share your story. I can't wait to listen from you what you have to share about reflection and intention, what to keep, what to improve, and what let go. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I had to listen to a few of you just to kind of see where we were heading with this conversation because I joined in kind of midway. So I usually like to sit back and listen to what everyone's sharing, so I don't steer the conversation in the wrong direction. This year was definitely kind of crazy for me in a good way. A lot of things went where they were intended to go. I started my own short-term rental, and it's been quite successful. And it's taken me a couple of years to get to where I'm going. And if there was one thing that I've learned is to keep the ball rolling. Don't slow down in regards to the momentum. So that's my goal for 2023 is to keep on going. I also want to try to put some energy into helping others kind of get out of a rut. It's something that I've kind of stumbled on that I feel like I'm good at. I don't know. I don't have any structure to it right now, but the last few years has been tough on a lot of people. And I think the long-term repercussions from everything that went on have gone definitely unrecognized. So yeah, that's something I want to work on.
Thank you so much for sharing. I heard you to one of the spaces, and your story really touched my heart. You told the story how you started and you didn't have money, and how you took somebody in your property and left for like 6 months without a rent, and he paid you back. It was such a beautiful story, and how much you help others. And I was like, man, he have a big heart, and we all do our things. But you know what, a karma is always goes around. When you do good deeds and you let out in the world without asking for anything, you never know when it come. I always ask when I do things and try to help people. I say, I don't want anything. I just want my family, friends, and the world to be healthy and to have peace of mind. Because if it's peace and serenity, and we can do better things in the world. So thank you for sharing with us, and I appreciate you coming in here, and wish you a happy holidays to you and your family. So next one is Rachel, and after is Miss Rose, and we have Maria in here. So I'm just calling your name to know, because I'm so grateful. The space is full of beautiful, familiar faces. I can't wait to hear from you. I don't want to speak too much because, I want to hear from you. I'm student today. I've been doing teaching all day today. So you, my friends, you are my teachers today. So Rachel, welcome. Thank you for coming. Happy Monday, sweetheart. And I always love your presence in here.
Aw, thank you, Donika. You're always so welcoming and sweet, and I just really appreciate that you run a space where people will always feel welcome, and that's something special. So please know that I truly mean that. And I want to send some healing thoughts to Nadine. Thank you for sharing what you went through. That is just wow. About 2 months ago, I had emergency gallbladder surgery and ended up having to be in the hospital for 3 days, totally not planned in any way. And just be gentle with yourself. The pain for me was gone after probably a month, but it took me almost until now to feel like I wasn't getting as fatigued as I was after the surgery. So definitely go easy on yourself for sure. And then when it comes to ending this year, I'm not a big believer in, God, what are they called? Resolutions. See, it's not even part of my vocabulary. But I do like to have a guide word, or what some people refer to as a watchword. So for 2023, my word is going to be boundaries. Whatever that ends up looking like or feeling like. And I always feel like it's important to have a word or phrase that you can help focus. If I'm feeling lost, I can find articles on boundaries. I can find inspirational quotes. I can find books, whatever it may be that has to do with that particular subject that time. And I feel like that is something that I need to do for my own mental health and, awareness of what's going on, not only in my world, but out there in the world in general. So whether that's a boundary for social media or a boundary for connecting with people that I don't know or whatever it may be, that's going to give me a guideline to follow. So for me, I find that very helpful. And that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for wishing well to Nadine. And I don't believe on a resolution either. I just continue roll the ball what I have this year, and I continue to the next year. I don't put much pressure because sometimes resolution are false ex, expectation that we put in ourselves appear in a real. Most of the people don't follow the expectation. It is a big word to say and look cool. But as I said, life is unpredictable. So grow happiness when you work every day, and that is the best resolution. Happiness, health, wellness, and having good friendship. To me, that is the best thing that we can do each and every day. So thank you for sharing with me. And I see Miss Rose um, went down to, oh, she is in here. Okay, I thought then she went down to the listener. Thank you, Rachel, again. And I wish you and your family a beautiful holiday season. Stay happy, stay safe, and relax. Thank you again.
Thank you, honey. Thank you for the kind words. And to everybody, please take some time off and relax. No electronics. Just breathe in some air. Sit outside in nature unless it's snowing or raining where you are. But still, I just think it's so good for us to get away from our screens. It's just so important right now. So I'll stop. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Very welcome. Thank you for sharing. Miss Rose, thank you for coming to our space, and I appreciate you. I love you so dearly. I listen to interviews you do, and I listen to every space. You are such a kind of sweet soul, very knowledgeable, very intelligent, but you know what? You are that like North Star. You come, shine, and you just keep it quiet. So I want to say that about you. I really, really admire you. Every time, you don't talk too much, but you are full of wisdom and knowledge. And so thank you for coming. And I love all of you. You're so unique, so authentic. Every single one have something so special. Then I learn from you, and I apply to my soul so I can enrich my soul from you guys. So welcome. And what do you want to share with us tonight? No pressure, just what are you getting, what are you letting go, what do you want to improve, and what did you enjoy the most for this year?
Big questions. Thank you,
Mm,
Donica, and thank you for
you're
such
welcome.
a wonderful introduction. I'm humbled. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, I have COVID, so anyway, that's I had avoided it for 2.5 years. I started with covering it, 250 daily consecutive episodes about all aspects of COVID. And I was a producer on a show with two doctors about COVID. And I would always sort of do the update on COVID every week, I mean, with the doctors, but, write it up and promote it and tweet it and live tweet it, with the doc. So, but all this time I never had COVID. So, and fortunately I'm not too sick. I'm as you can hear, my voice is pretty good today. I got it last week. Uh, so I'm thankful for that, and thankful that I've had two vaccines and two booster shots. Uh, so I unfortunately it's came at the holiday time, so I've missed well, a medical procedure I had to do, but the lunch with my friends, the holiday lunch with dear friends that I've known for 20, like playgroup friends, as we call ourselves. And I'm missing a big Hanukkah party with my family that I don't usually see, etc. But aside from that, uh, immediate, I'm very thankful that my family is well. That I've, reached a milestone with my show. I've done almost a year and a half of episodes now, and interviewed like 35 people. I'm a journalist. If people, I guess there are a lot of people I know here, but maybe some who don't. Some who I don't. Uh, I I do a show called Woman to Follow, about different women in different fields, and I've done 35 shows. Um, and very exciting. My last show was with the creator of the hashtag uh, Oscar So White. And I wanted to do that partially with everything that's so dismaying happening in Twitter. At the same time, there's been so much good. And her hashtag, made so much change since 2015. And I had seen her in person, so it was great to at a talking once. So it was great to have her on my show. Um, and she was brutally honest. She said Twitter literally changed her life, and talked about how for for creators like her, she, wherever she goes, if she has to go somewhere, people will follow her. But for people with new social causes and don't have a following, it's a lot harder. So for me as a news person, I've been following all the Twitter news, and yesterday was like, oh my, anyway, nobody would believe it. I said, who's going to write the screenplay? But anyway, and for next year, I don't necessarily have a resolution, but I like Rachel's idea of a word, and I used boundaries recently. I think that's a great word. But I was thinking about focus. Maybe will be my word as I was listening here today, because there's a lot of different directions I can go. As at this point in my career, and with the chaos I'm seeing, I've been thinking more about just writing and promoting, getting my work published more, because I've been so busy producing and doing my own shows since the pandemic, and making sure that, I get, I probably will start a newsletter, and I'm sure I always have plenty to do. I always come up with a lot of ideas. So the thing will be to focus and see what best will suit my, professional goals. And
Wow.
I just have to say, Donica, that I'm so happy to be in this space. When I saw you were doing it, I haven't been joining as many spaces. But we talked about, you talked about doing a show. I remember you texted me some ideas for it. And despite how busy you are, you went ahead and did it. So I'm really admire you for doing that. And you've made a great, space and community here. So I'm really happy to be here and say hello to Rachel and Maria, Mel, Jonathan, and I see Artisan is here. A lot of people that I know. So that's really been an enriching part of my year.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I heard that interview and was so beautiful. The question then you asked, and oh my God, the professionalism between you two was so beautiful. Going back and forth, listening, and even she was surprised how beautiful you had prepared the question, and was it was
That's a
beautiful.
surprise. I didn't think so, but I mean, she's very perfect. She was
Oh
great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's great.
Oh, I tune in and I listen because I
Oh,
want to
thank you.
listen, and learn all the time. And I DM you about that. I really loved it. So good job. But I like what you said for next year: boundaries and focus. So when you said boundaries, you release or you invest more time to yourself. Boundaries and focus, it give us more time, more energy, and it makes us more productive.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and that's all you said. So if you set the boundaries, even with the time, say hour I'm going to write the newsletter, 1 hour I'm going in Twitter space, 1 hour I'm going to do exercise, twice in a week 2 hours I'm going to spend with friends. So when you create that, so because I heard boundaries, focus and boundaries, and that's all I can say. What I feel is like focus more on the time and the when I are you going to send that energy the most, because when the energy goes, there is where you go and create. So
Yeah, I think that if you're too busy, not, you know, scattered, you don't have that energy to really create, and that's what I love to do, and many of us love to do.
correct. If you have that time management and is you know where the energy is going or where the focus is going, you're going to be more productive and you're still going to have time to do your own stuff. So write it down where you want it, put your picture on the things you want to do, and take another picture, blow that, and that is going to be your vision board for next year. If you have just focus and boundaries, make the vision board focus on that, and it's
Mm.
going to be beautiful.
Thank you, Donica.
Anytime. So, Maria, thank you for coming. I think it's the first time I haven't seen you in my space, but I hear you everywhere, and I love your beautiful voice and guided meditation you do, all the inspiration. Like you are like a very powerful. I love your voice, and I love what how much positivity you share in every space and your space too. So welcome, and I'm happy you are here, and you made it in my space. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Donica. You know, you and I have such similar goals in this life. And I think it's so beautiful because we do not share the same spaces here very often. But once in a while, it crosses my mind when I think of you that you are like a soul sister. And I feel like we're dividing and not conquering, but lifting. And we're spreading our energy out to where it's supposed to go. And we can help more people by spreading out instead of being in the same space all the time. That's how I think of you. I'm like, when I hear people compliment Donica's space or this or that, and people are like, oh, you and Donica should do something together. And I'm like, we are helping more people by spreading out. And I love that. I know it's my turn to speak right now, and I do have things to share but I see Small Town's hand is up. And I mention this because if he's like I am, he's probably wanting to respond to something that was just said right before me. So I want to give him an opportunity, if you don't mind, Donica, to interject because he might have something that he wants to comment on real quick. What do you think, Small Town? Is that true? Am I reading your hand
Absolutely. I
right?
just DM him and I say, I'm sorry, I saw your hand up. And after Maria, it's your turn. Oh my God, we're so connected together. I just DM him. So, small town, is your turn, brother. You open that and mute
Yes,
yourself and speak. And Maria, you can go after that. Thank you, sweetheart, for doing that. That is beautiful.
absolutely. I know when I raise my hand in spaces, it's usually for a good reason. And I have a feeling it's coming right now, Small Town. Hi, go ahead.
There was a couple things actually. The speaker before Rose, she made a comment about reconnecting with nature unless it's snowing. Now I had to say something because I live in Alaska, and we just got about 4 feet of snow, and it is entirely possible to still connect with nature in snow if you do things correctly. I usually have a nice warm fire going outside, and I'm still fully dressed for the snow. I have a mountain range for my view. And so you can still connect with nature, folks. Even if it's snowing outside, it is still possible. You might get a little chilly, but also I think the cold might be a little healthy for some of you. So still try it. Ask me how I know, because I know. I also just wanted to say I didn't mean to cut myself short when I spoke prior to this. I had someone walk in on the room when I had something totally major I wanted to say, so it was a little awkward. So I cut myself short because I didn't really know this person in particular that came into the room, the physical room where I was at, and so I kind of cut myself short. So yeah, continuing on what I was saying, I just want to keep my motivation rolling. There's two things that I go off of. There's motivation and then there's drive. You can get the motivation to do something, but you need to find the drive to continue to do it. So my goal for 2023 is to keep driving forward with my end game goal, which is a really big goal. You guys are talking about like picture boards and everything. I think that's the right term for it. I've never really heard that term, I suppose, but I've had one mentally since I was 23, and it's been about 12 years now. So I'm constantly working towards that end game goal on my little picture board. And now that you kind of gave me the idea to physically bring it to life, I'm kind of curious of what mine looks like on paper versus in my head. So maybe I'll try it someday. But yeah, continue to drive forward is my goal for 2023. And like I said, I do want to start helping folks kind of crawl out of the rut that they're in. I know I said this before, so I don't mean to say things twice, but yeah, the last few years, I think the long-term consequences of what happened, psychologically and mental health and mental awareness, we weren't really prepared for that, or some of us knew it was going to happen, and it did. And thankfully, I feel like I'm in a good place to where I can add little small doses to those that might need help to crawl out of it. And that's kind of another goal of mine for next year. So I think I said everything I wanted to say. I am in my truck now, so there was no one walking in on me. And yeah, I look forward to listening to everybody else.
Well, thank you for coming back and sharing more with us. And oh my God, Alaska is in my bucket list. So until the end of my time in here, I'm going to touch Alaska because I love it. I'm curious. I like to see every place. And you know what? It's like, it's purity in Alaska. Everywhere is snow. I think it's like it's cold outside, but people are warm inside in their heart, and they are like very like soulful because they use their mind, and they are more curious, and they experience with life more. So I'm jealous in a good way than you are there. And I love what you say, drive forward with the end game goal. So I said before, but I don't know if you listened to me. I heard this lady, she was saying, if I want money, she was like, I make if I want to travel somewhere, I take a picture of the place, or go in the Google and get the image, and I put my picture right in the middle, and I'm right there. So now that I think, I visualize, and I make it happen because it called my name. Hey, I'm here. You put my face in here. Now you better do it. And she was like, I see that vision all the time until I do it. So just do that. Try something and do it, because visualizing, I have in my bedroom my vision board, so I see every day when I wake up. So do it, because it's like it keeps you more responsible, I can say. Thank you so much.
What is your name, by the way, small town?
John.
Okay.
Oh, my name's Ian, actually. Sorry.
Oh,
Ian.
Ian. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Why did I thought John? I'm sorry.
That happens so often out here, right? Because people don't have their real name on their profile. So yeah, no, when I was listening a few minutes ago, I heard you speak, Ian, and I went to your profile page, of course, and I saw, not of course, I don't always do that, but I liked your voice. And I saw that you were from Alaska. And it's so interesting, you guys. I just put a photo in the chat here, and it's of well, I don't even know anymore whether it's a sunrise or a sunset, but it is in Alaska. And it's so brilliant light. I was there a few years ago. We went in December because my husband wanted to see the northern lights. And it was such an amazing trip. And the photography I got to take was so amazing. Um, that perpetual sunrise into sunset was just amazing. And the northern lights, we were able to see them. So yes, Ian, I can totally appreciate what you're talking about the cold and about nature. And yes, Rachel's not here in the room, but I just had to comment something else she said too was take a deep breath in. And that comment that she made reminded me that in a few weeks, I'm actually going to be scuba diving. I'm a diver. And part of when I share meditations and workshops, and a lot of my connection is through nature and through breath work, of course, too. But scuba diving is part of that experience. When you inhale and exhale and you're in the water and your buoyancy, talk about balance. It's really amazing the power of your breath to control your body when you're floating like that. So that's what she reminded me about too. So it's so interesting to go from cold to hot weather. Um, yeah. So a lot of what people were talking about in the last few minutes has been really amazing. I love what Graciela was sharing about, yes, not doing the resolutions. I agree. And with Rachel, Donica, that word boundaries seems to come up a lot, or it has been coming up a lot in this conversation. And I want to say in the last year, that word boundaries has really been on my mind as well, as far as setting up boundaries to protect my energy, to protect myself, who I am allowing into my inner circle, realizing more and more that, yes, my mission is to help people and to share my voice with the right people, but everyone isn't meant to hear my voice necessarily. And that's okay too. So, boundaries as far as protecting myself has been on my mind in the last year. But for the next year, I'm feeling a little bit more like those boundaries need to be breaking boundaries for myself. Because sometimes we can protect ourselves a little too much and get it into, at least I do, get it into my head that there are boundaries, that I can't do that thing because somebody else is so great at it and I could never do that. And I need to get over that. And that's something that we all strive for in our lives. Of course, we want to aspire to be like people we respect and look up to. And those boundaries, I think boundaries to me in this new year is going to be more about not allowing those boundaries to prevent me from doing things. So that's my share. Thank you for listening, you guys.
Maria, your voice is so beautiful. I can hear all day. I was like, man, I wanted this. I worked all day from 8 o'clock to 6 and just came, and I jumped to this. And your voice is so soothing, so beautiful, so kind. Giving paying attention to give the turn to Ian. And what you share is so beautiful, boundaries. But I love what you say, because you said the boundaries is about aspire, like people we respect and we look up to. So when you set boundaries, you don't set boundaries only for yourself, but you showing people, like, I respect you, you respect me, I respect your time, you respect my time. And be present. because the boundaries is like being present and giving to the person the same one, the same way. And when we create that balance, that healthy boundaries, healthy balance, that is when we grow, and that is when we learn the most. So thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you. I love your voice. Wishing you and your family a beautiful holiday season as well.
Thank you, Danica.
Anytime. So after this, I know is Jonathan, and is my sister Mel, and is Lynn. So I think if I'm not correct, let me know. But I know it's Jonathan next, and I'm so happy you made it in here. Please unmute the mic, share anything you want, and um, I'm going to share some tips for 2023 for you guys to have in your side pocket or in front pocket because I'm going to use for myself. And in the end, I'm going to end with a guided meditation. Stay as long as you want. I'm not going anywhere. I think this is my last space for this year because I'll be traveling. And I want to give the best I can and share like love and positivity in this space. So this is my celebration week. Jonathan, welcome, and it's your turn.
Yes, thank you. So, just to round out the year, I want to encourage everyone to try something new. It may seem as if it is just something new. However, studies have shown that new connections are made when we learn new skills. So, if you feel as if you are in a rut or a fog or writer's block or whatever, there's so many different talents that are in here. I want to just encourage you to round out your final moments of this year with maybe a new skill. It doesn't have to be anything grand or out there. Just help yourself get a better footing for what is to come next. So that is where I'm going to end what I have to say. I just really enjoy listening and taking in everything that is available here, and there's so much positivity. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to end that. Thank you, Donica, for, offering up your time for a space. And, our time is one of those types of resources that we can't get back. We can't regenerate it. We can't renew it. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I understand how valuable that is, and thank you for that. And I'm landing the plane here. I'm going to the microphone button.
Jonathan, thank you for coming. And I've been with you in other spaces, and you have been in Bob with my sister's space. So I've heard you a few times, and I love how clear and precise you are. But thank you first for waiting because you have been waiting for a while. And I love what you say, and everybody is saying the same thing: new connection, new friendship. Then we make, and you said something beautiful, new connection are made when you learn new skills. So we learn skills of communication, of gratitude, we learn mindfulness, we learn journaling, we learned about journalism, so many beautiful things in all this way because everybody is so I can I would say expert, but they are so good at delivering that expertise that they have, and with such a kindness and inspiration and positivity. And that's all I like about everybody that is in this space. If I would have sent you guys like invitation, I sent to some of you, but as you came tonight, this is like I call up in the universe and I say, I want this person and this person and this person. but you show up yourself. And this is so beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing. You share gratitude and your calm voice and very kind and your values, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored, really.
Yes. I hope the plane take you next year anywhere you want. I hope you have a smooth and beautiful ride.
I got my passport. I'm planning somewhere.
Good luck. Oh man. It's good to laugh too. And so Mel is here. Hello, Sister Mel from Australia, from Alaska to Australia. Isn't that beautiful? The world is so small. It's like orange. Like have it in your hand, roll it around, and you can go anywhere you want. Smell the roses, see the beautiful faces we have in here, and we feel the love and joy that everybody is sharing. So welcome. Um, is she? I thought then she is a speaker. Okay. So, welcome and share. What are you leaving behind? I know you have a hard year this past year, and what you are looking forward. If you have any resolution, if you don't, just share what you want to share.
Hello, am I live?
Yes, you are.
Oh my goodness, because Jonathan, I will go back and listen to what you said because when you started speaking, I couldn't hear, so I had to leave. But look, I want to say with so much gratitude. I resonate with everything that everyone is saying here this evening, and I would just like to express my love and gratefulness for everybody and for the friends, connections, and heartfelt experiences that has been shared in spaces this year. And it's just been unbelievable. It's been like through joy, pain, tears, and laughter, and everyone has supported each other. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity to be here. And I thank you, Danica, for running these spaces and your sister Bobby, because it's allowed that safe space to be able to share with everybody, including myself, who doesn't talk a lot, who lost my mum at the beginning of the year and has been a lot of trials as well. And I just wanted to share, and I felt impressed to say that every one of us is unique, important, and truly worthy. And I don't mean in 10 years or when this or when that. I mean now, not tomorrow, not when you lose that 10 pounds or when you've done this, that, or the other. That we are worthy and a divine, beautiful being, how we are right now. And we need to take that time to be kind to ourselves, because we, a lot of times, including myself, are the biggest critic of ourselves. And you just need to be kind to yourself. And I want to impress that, because no one knows a lot of the troubles that people could be going through on the other end of the line when you're talking in spaces. And things can build people up or tear people down. And it's just so important to remember at this time of year. It's so hard. So I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for all of you. And you're all wonderful examples. And I thank you to know you all. And have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, a joyous celebration wherever you are in the world. And I wish you love always, health and strength and abundance. And that's it from me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you and all the love. I know you and my sister have years and have been friends together, and you're such a great, not only supporter, but inspiration. You are the person that always have something nice to say and never complain about yourself. I remember when we sit down and we did that FaceTime, you, myself, and Bobby, and we talk. Your mom just passed, and You're such a great mother, amazing. You pray for everybody. You are in love with flowers and sunset and sunrise and people and everybody. You're such a great supporter. And you know what? I look up to you in many ways for your humbleness and kind soul, and just you always are so positive. I never have met you in person, but I know you are as beautiful as in the spaces as you are in person, and I can't wait one day to hug you in person. So sending you love, and you and your family having a safe and beautiful holiday season, and a merry new year. It's beautiful. It's going to be a great year. I know that it's going to be a great year for all of us. We still have to lift each other up and support each other, and if we can help in a personal or professional field, let's do it. And when you give more, you will receive more. So after that, yeah, Mel, you want to say something? Unmute yourself,
I
sweetheart.
just want to say a big, big virtual hug to everybody and a squeezy, squeezy tight all the way from Australia. I'm so far away, but I feel so close to you all. So sending that love through the internet to you all. Thank you.
Donica, it's Maria speaking. Can I just say, Mel, it is so cool to hear your voice on this technology. And as far as technology goes, I know a lot of us are concerned about what's happening with Twitter itself. But I say, find those connections and hop around to other platforms while still sharing your positive energy here as well. So I love it. I really appreciate everybody in this room for staying the course. And thank you, Donica, for having this space. And Mel, I love your accent.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I love your accent too.
And I love what Maria said. Find the connection and hop around. It is one single chain of love then we spread. If one part is broken, none of us is going to feel the same. When that chain is strong, we lift each other up, we inspire other with the support. And you know what a best place to be when you are sad and you find that shoulder to cry. You DM, you make that face chat. It is beautiful. Sisterhood is so beautiful, but we have beautiful, wonderful brothers in here that I look up to, and they DM me, how you doing? Sometime when I'm not in here, is everything okay? And I love that. Oh my God, I've been I live in Erie. I've been here for 18 years. I don't have family. I'm a divorced and single mom for the 15 years. It's just my daughter and myself, and no much family. I have a lot of friends, but I have I have connected with so many of you, and I just I feel you, I hear you, and I feel like I've met you in person. And I know that one day, pretty soon, we all go and see each other. But if we don't, we already have connected in a deeper level. So thank you so much. This is like, hey, I'm sitting in the table with all of you and cheering, for Christmas, and Merry Christmas. Is beautiful. I send you so much love and a big squeezy hug. So the next one is Ananda. Hi, sister. Welcome. I know you're coming in and out. I know probably you are busy, but welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for every day, every time that I tweet, you always retweet. I am so grateful. I'm not very good with that stuff, but you never have missed one of my tweets, and I'm so grateful. And Mr. JB does that all the time. So good. And thank you. I am grateful. So mute your mic and share your beautiful voice and energy, because I cannot wait to hear from you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Donica. Thank you so much for holding this space. And it's interesting that you would bring up the retweets that I've posted, well, your retweets that I've posted on my Twitter page. And I just really wanted to say that some of those like end of the year reflections and intentions actually go back to you. This year, you know, in addition to learning a lot of wonderful things and meeting a lot of wonderful people, there's also been resistance. There's also been, you know, things out there, forces out there, you know, that are in opposition to progress and to love and to kindness and all those other things. And I can honestly say that something that's really been a motivating factor for me would be your spaces. Like I remember, man, like just having days that were just crazy. And, you know, to come to your space where the energy is so calm and so loving and so kind, like sometimes the way the energy is in your space, I feel like I can smell like the aroma from my diffuser. Like it's just so calm in your spaces. I love it. And I just really want to, just what you've taught me, what I've learned from you in your spaces is the necessity of guarding our energy. And that's something that I really need to improve on. There are a lot of energy vampires out there, you know, just a lot of situations out there that cross our paths, situations and people to really come against that energy that we're fostering and cultivating in our own lives and in our own spirit. And something that I've learned from you is really, you know, honing in on the positive and protecting and guarding your energy, self-care. And I'm telling you, when I got in your spaces, I kind of felt like there was some soul alignment there because your tweets, real talk, they were just in alignment with a lot of the different situations that I was encountering. So it's not a coincidence that you mentioned that. And I just want to thank you so much and just thank everyone in this room who I've met, people I have never met in person, but through spaces and group chats and stuff. And thank you so much for teaching me that because there's just been, you know, a lot of lessons that I've learned as far as guarding your heart and guarding your energy. So I've talked long enough, but I want to thank you all and let you all know I appreciate you. And Donica, I'm just grateful for you and your space and your kindness because I really feel like it's helped some mountains move in my life. So thank you.
You are so very welcome. And I feel the same for you. And I know that is a soul connection. I don't have any doubt in my mind. Everybody is in this space, you know. I feel the same. I see you on the spaces and I just click because I am I work with a lot of clients and especially if it's emergency on weekend I go do like a healing retreat and the only time for me to relax is weekend, but I don't say no. If I feel the energy then they need it, I'm like I'll be okay. And I always ask the angels, and I work with Angel Michael, I say listen, take their energy in the end and give me what it is because they need it. My dad used to say, if somebody come for help and you don't give it, shame on you, because they already know when they come and ask for you for your help. So give it and you go and be okay. So I always remember that if you have something nice to do it, just do it because it's the right thing. And when the person come and ask you, I need your help, can you help me? Say, yes, I can. How can I help you? Even if you don't know what they want, say, yes, I'm here. How can I help you? I'm going to ask you. If you have 5 minutes, say 3 minutes are for you, 2 for me, because know that that is your calling at that time. And especially if you are a light worker, if you are a healer, if you are a teacher, a wise teacher, never say no when people ask for help. But if they are vampire and they come all the time and ask you and you give and you don't get nothing back, say no thank you, because I've been many times in situation like that. Give and it's like after they finish you look for that thank you or like that smile back and he's gone. It's like, what am I like? Wow, I got used again. But he's like, it's okay, because the third time you say no thank you. So it's always good, don't hurt yourself, but if you can give it, give it, but always protect your heart, because if that bad seed go inside in your heart, it's going to spread in your mind and it's going to spread in your body, and it can take over like that bad weed. So always sage yourself, take bath with Epsom salt, pray for the person that hurt you, pray for them, that energy that is negative, and release it. So these are some things that you have to do it, but always have positive intention, because when you do good, bad things are not coming to you. It happens, but always is a purpose behind that. I'm a big believer on that. Thank you. So who is next? I know. Oh, Angel is here. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for you. And I don't know if I missed your second space or no. I don't know if you did it, but I hope you didn't do it, and because I want to be there for you. So welcome. And how are you doing? How was 2022 for you? I know you reached a milestone, and you did some great things, and you have the first Twitter space, and you're so good at that. I can wait to see what you are looking forward for 2023 and what you want to let go. So unmute your mic, and I can wait to hear you. Angel. So I don't know if he can listen to me or not, but whenever you're ready, Angel, you can unmute your mic, and you can talk. But until he is ready, I want to do like just a small exercise with you, because we have been talking for so long. Maria is requesting. I want to give like 5 minutes like breathing about ourselves, because it is you, yourself, and you all the time. I say me, myself, and I. So let's invest like 5 minutes to ourselves. So I'm going to turn this music on. Just 5 minutes, and we can continue. So sit in a comfortable position whenever you are. No pressure. When we go to the meditation, you can do anything you want. But here, I just, if you are on a chair, open your shoulder. If you are laid down, stretch your legs and open your fingers. Let that air to flow through your fingers. And let's start taking a deep breath in through our nose. And hold that breath for 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Release and let go. And I'm just want you guys to take another deep breath, one for the body, one for the mind, and one for the soul. Breathe in through your nose. Hold the breath and let it out slow and steady. Let go anything you have been holding today, this week, this past year. Let it go. And take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold that breath and send it in your heart. And open new space for new you, new year, new health and happiness. So I'm going to say some affirmations, and you can repeat in your head. I'm worthy of all the goodness that life has to offer. I deserve to be happy. I'm grateful for all my gifts and talents that serve me so well. I'm grateful for every person that is here tonight, to the left and the right. I'm grateful for every soul that I've connected, that have reached and enlightened my life each and every day. I'm so thankful that my life each and every day is fulfilling with new joy, new connection, new happiness. I know that life will get better and better each and every day. I'm going to set my intention to prioritize my needs and feelings, to invest my self-care, to focus and set healthy boundaries, to have an attitude of gratitude, to connect with beautiful souls and bring hope and joy to others. The universe is our giving home. She always has new opportunities, new friends, new love, new hope, new joy, new blessing for all of us. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be successful. Happiness and joy is within me, around me, and I want to share with everybody that come in contact with me. So together we can make this world a better place today and every day. Take another deep breath in. Feel calm, relax, let go. And when you're ready, open your eyes and bring the awareness to your physical body. Sometimes just shifting that energy, that mindset, and bringing the awareness to the present moment. It lifts your energy and vibration even more, and it lifts all of us up. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to call Angel again. I don't know if Angel can hear me. Angel, it's your turn. If you are here, you can unmute the mic and you can talk. But if you are not here, I'm going to try to invite Jackie, because I love Jackie and I haven't heard her in the space in a while. And I see then Dee's here and I love her. We connect spiritually so much together. And I love when Dee talks. God, so many times we have said the same thing in different ways, and it is so beautiful.
Hello, Donica.
Hello, Angel.
It's
How you
been a while. It's been a while. I had a bit of a cough last week, so I was just resting my voice a little. I'm doing okay. I think a few of us had just come down with a bit of cold, so I was resting my voice because I'm hosting a space on Wednesday. Hello?
So this Wednesday coming, you have the space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that I missed it. Okay, thank you. I'll be there.
I just sneaked it into your nest, so yeah, I was just resting my voice, but so that's probably the last thing I'm going to do on here, pretty much for 2022. But the topic is reflection and intention, and at the top of 2022, I had a moment of reflection. I was approaching 40, and I'd just become overwhelmed by feelings of time is running out. Where did it go? What am I going to do moving forward in my life? And one of the things I'd worked on this year was rebuilding my self-confidence, because I'd felt it had taken a beating over the last 18 years or so. But then I'd started with this thing on Twitter Spaces where I'd start to speak more and learn to get used to my voice, and I'd written about my experience of working on my self-confidence and shyness, and I told that story. And then I started to speak more about my poetry and doing recitals in unrecorded spaces, because the only time I'd ever recited a poem at all was with my mother. I'd written a lot of work, but I'd never read it to anybody. I'd leave it with people to read, and maybe they'd get back to me. And so I'd never really
Do you have that poem for us? Okay, Angel, thank you so much for talking. I don't know, you're cut off or you stopped talking, but I know that I think I heard your poem, and it was beautiful, dedicated to your mother. Oh, he left. Maybe he will come back again. Yeah, he's such a beautiful, amazing soul. I love Angel. He's so good. I was there for the first space, and he still is shy. But even if you think that I'm shy and need to work on my self-confidence, he did a fantastic first time space, and everybody came and love and support him and share our story. And I wrote a little poem for him, and he was so excited because that's all we can do, support each other, and show up and say, hey, I'm here, I love you as you are. I don't want you to change one hair out of your head, because you're perfect the way you are. So thank you, Angel, for coming up. I really appreciate. I hope you feel better, and rest, and wishing you happy holidays. So here I am. Oh, wow. We did 2 hours. I can't even believe that. Is anybody else gonna want to come and speak? Please raise your hand. But if not, I just want to say thank you to all of you. And I'm going to finish that. I saw then Randall. Randy want to speak. Um,
Hello, nice to meet you. I just
yes.
wanted to say a quick thank you for that little meditation guide session. I really appreciate that. I need more of that in my life.
Oh my goodness,
Thank you.
you are very welcome. So don't leave, you know. Do you want to share anything about this? How was 2022 for you? Do you have anything then you know you want to let go, anything then you want to improve for 2023, and you know what is your vision for 2023? Just let's leave it to vision instead of resolution.
Just live better. Live better, get healthier. Um, Getting more in touch with like mindfulness. Yeah.
That
Uh,
was clean and beautiful and to the point. Live better, get better. And mindfulness is a big, big thing, you know. Everything I always say, mind is like a garden. What you plant is going to grow. So plant the thoughts and you know plan the thoughts carefully and breathe with love and kindness so these thoughts, positive thoughts, to grow. And even if when they are negative, just accept it. We cannot fight it because life, it is, you can eat spaghetti every day. You need some fruit, you need some vegetable, you need some broccoli, even they smell bad when you cook them, but they are so healthy. You need spinach. So this is how the thoughts are all kind of, you know, it's like fruit. Make every thought like a fruit. Some we like, some we don't. The one they smell the worst, they are the healthiest one. The one that look the prettiest one, sometimes they don't even add any value. So you know, plan good, plan wise, live better and get better. And by the way, that was just a small affirmation. Tune in for the guided meditation is about to come in few minutes. So thank you so much for coming. And oh, Angel is coming up again. I think the internet kicked him out. Um, so I'm going to wait for Angel to give him the turn. Angel, if you're here, you know, unmute your mic and continue because I know you were cut off speaking.
Um, yeah,
Yes, welcome.
I wondered. I thought I might have been rugged. Um, and so I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I struggle with resolution. So I like intention because there is a tendency for to beat oneself up if we didn't achieve everything within a year, and just because 1st of January comes, it that's not the only day you can have a resolution or a set of intentions. For me, I have my goals and they are there. That's something I'm constantly working towards. And um, at the start of each year, there's a poem that I tweet from someone I've been following for about 11 years. So, but a year after I started writing, she's called Jessica Christie, and she had a poem called "A Day Like Any Other." I think that's what it's called. And the whole idea of it was that, yeah, 1st of January comes and it's like a reset of the universal button, but it's just another day. So whatever you're working towards, um, yeah, it's not to lose focus. And for me, that's getting my writing over the finishing line and hopefully published. Um, I, that's something I'd hoped to do in the last couple of years, but I had my setbacks, and that can happen to anybody. But whatever you're working towards, is yeah, just keep focused on it. Don't worry about where everyone else is going. That's something I had to unlearn, especially being dyspraxic. And I've talked about time and how there is no extra time, but and it's not a competition, so um, you'll get to where you want to be eventually. And we have spaces like these where we're supportive of one another. So yeah, I think about that a lot, and I don't really think of them as resolutions. They're my life goals, and they will be there whether it's 2022 or 2052. There are things I want to fulfill before I die, and that's just what it is for me. So that's why I look at it. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to reflect on some of that in my space, but that's what 2022 has been for me. And um, as I said earlier, I'm very, very thankful that your spaces exist, and for what you've given to me. And I'll always remember the poem you wrote for me as well. That was really, it's a nice thing to have, because especially on a rough day, because it's a reminder of how far I've come, the love and warmth I've received in these spaces. That's a very that's overwhelming, and it does make me feel quite emotional. I'm trying my best, because my voice hasn't been 100%. So I'm going to wrap up here. But thanks for letting me speak, and thanks everybody for listening to me. Thank you. Love you all and appreciate you so much.
And I love you back, and we all love you, and we all going to be in your space on Wednesday. I'm going to be there. I don't know what time is, but I'll be there. And I'm very grateful for our friendship, and your story is so inspiring. You give 110% of yourself, and the one advice that I want to give to yourself: easy off on yourself. You are so perfectly done. You're such a beautiful soul. When you speak, everybody listens to you. Everybody listens to you. And your preparation for the first space, oh my God, it blew my mind. I'm a teacher, and you have everything like ready to go. Every question you have separate, so good. So sometimes it's good to have all of them written down, but sometimes, I don't know, right? Tonight I just came with a mind, I just want to go there and let the people that love me and support me to speak for me. And that's all I wanted. And I listened. I think I copied the idea from Mr. JB, and I'm going to call you up because it was so beautiful. I was like, I always do so much talking. And Mr. JB like left everybody to talk in his space. He wanted to listen to people that let go, and it was so much crying and support and positivity, all of them. And I was like, I'm going to do that. So Mr. JB, thank you. I'm going to give you a shout out. So, Angel, I'll be there. Thank you so much. And Angel, I know you like poetry. I'm going to read something for all of you. Then I did it. It's called I'm Alive. And remember, we have to bless our day every day, because, as soon as, if you wake up and touch the ground, you have another day, then you have 24 hours, then you can create anything that your heart and soul want. So it's called I'm Alive. I'm alive, and I'm breathing. I'm awake. I'm living. Today it was hard to touch the ground, but I reminded myself, one foot in front of the other. Today I hide away from people and sun, but I reminded myself not to hide from too long. Today I felt alone, and I hid my smile away. I couldn't find a reason to breathe, a reason here to stay. Today I pray to God to put His hand in my heart, to guide and protect me, give me clarity and love. The answer was fast while my mind was gray. Take advantage of new day. Don't throw your life away. Give unconditional love to yourself and others, and the universe will refill your next order. I thank God and my angel in advance for my blessings. I ask to guide and protect me from worrying and stressing. I did my inventory of all my blessings, from the people to my home and everything, my breath, my loved ones, and all the lessons. So much to be grateful and thankful. Donika Gunther. So just breathe and be thankful. We're not in charge of everything. We think then we are in charge. We are not. So be happy. And my sister Bobby always said, "Don't worry, be happy, and don't worry too much. Be happy. Life goes so fast. 2022, it went by so fast. I can't even believe it's like a blink of the eye." So do we have any other speaker that want to speak before I go to the meditation? Because we're past 2 hours. If not, I want to say thank you to every single one that came tonight. I am so grateful, so thankful. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Donna. And I'm going to go All Fly Studios. Thank you, Dee, for coming. Sister Mel, JB, and Jackie, Amber, Nadine, Ananda, and Miss Rose then left, Graciela, Noble Around, Dimitri, Madame. I'm saying the names. Terry in here. Kent is in here. Thank you so much. What? That is beautiful. What? Yeah. What life is. Grow Earth, thank you so much. Maximilian, thank you so much for being in here. Keno, thank you for so much. Blue 3, thank you. Chinita, if I said the name correctly, thank you so much. And Kwan, thank you so much for being in here. Love and blessing. I wish you and your family the best health and wellness. And I want you to have so much love to overpour, so that can be the new seed for the person next to you, for your neighbor, for your family, for your friends. So if we have love, we have peace and we have serenity. So let's bless the world this year coming with peace and serenity. And you know what? And this craziness of depression and anxiety to be replaced with kindness, to be to replaced with health and abundance and prosperity and grace and forgiveness. So thank you so much for being here. And oh my God, Block Muse is here. Thank you so much for coming. If you want to come and say any word, I know it's late where you are, you're more than welcome. My sister wasn't here, so I missed her. But Block Muse, I was about to go on meditation. Thank you for coming. How you doing? Yes, so happy to have you.
I was like, I was
Welcome.
like scanning the place, and I was saying, "Where's your other half?" And I was like, "No, she's not here." And I was like, and I was actually in a conference earlier on, so I was online doing a few bits, because I normally have all your spaces on alerts, but I was a few hours in a meeting there, and yeah, so I came out and I was like, "Oh, look," and I was like, came here and I was like, where's your other half? And it was like, they're not here. And so just, yeah, glad to be able to join in and say hello. So hello.
Hello, and thank you for coming. Yeah, Bobby hasn't felt very well, And yeah, we had the crazy 2 weeks. So Owen have been sick for the past 2 weeks, her son, and she didn't feel very good. My daughter have been sick for the past week. She had like a kidney stones, and they put on medication, and that medication was too strong, give her internal bleeding in her stomach. We have been in hospital, in and out, but finally she is feeling better. Today is the first day then she like is moving around, and she saw a couple of friends, but all is well right now. I did a lot of prayers, lot of love to her, and it was scary, but god 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 did his job. I prayed so hard. So yeah, with the end of the year, I heard everybody in the space complain, and I was like, I'm not complaining, but I was like, come on, Donna, you can be strong all the time. Just share with people to see that you are going through tough times. So Block News, thank you for coming. And we're talking about, you know intention of what you let go this year, what you want to improve for next year, and something then you celebrated for this year, and any message then you want to share with people here. That we have been the past 2 hours, and it was absolutely beautiful space. I cannot say thank you to everyone, and thank you for loving and supporting me and my sister. You are such a light and joy. Your heart is so beautiful. You have a golden heart. You do so many good things for people, and I just you know what uh, I don't know how to say thank you enough for everything you do for people. Then you look up to you, and you are like that leprechaun with the golden pot, and then you spread so much joy. And that's all I'm going to call you,
Shillelagh Begara,
leprechaun with
where's
the
me Lucky
golden pot.
Charms? Do you know what? You see, when you're talking about and like the beauty of what you do, Danica, is you like we all come at life so differently, so many of us, but we come at it, right? And when you get up in the morning, you go at it. When I get up in the morning, I go at it. There's so many people who, get up and they're like, and I get that, and I actually, there was a poem I wrote the other day, which was, one of the things was the perception that we look, the way like some people compare themselves to others, and there's different aspects of it. But when you get up and you choose to go at it, if it's just managing to get your shoes on in the morning, or some of things, like each one of us has our own challenges we face, and there are moments in time where I think Hallmark tried to take over those moments, or whatever corporations and companies and opportunities flood in to try and take those moments. And which is not missed on me is like yourself and Bobby that would look at Valentine's Day. Yourself and Bobby look at Valentine's Day like myself and my wife look at it as well. We celebrate a different day for a more iconic reason, because I call it Hallmark Day. So yes, these moments come along, and no greater a moment than ending the year. And when you end the year and you look at the year that you've had, and it sort of says, it sort of forces you to think. And, those who know me know my mantra. The Greek word muse means to think. The Greek word a means not. Many of us spend our lives looking to be amused, as in not think. And when iconic moments or landmarks or special days come up, it forces you. And no better than the blessing of coming to the end of a year, still being here, that we can be thankful of. and yet you come to that moment and it sort of forces you. Now you can turn on the radio and say, oh, what are you going to do? How are you going to do? And you know, you go into the hive mentality of what you should do. and I always say that these moments are opportune moments to reflect, be thankful, and look on to facing what you need to face, not what the you know, that little box that should be thrown out the window, by my view, and that's my own perspective, you know, would tell you what you should be doing. And so it's that sort of guarding yourself from influence and empowering yourself to do it. And that's where I say you be you. And so as you're sharing this at this time, and as I wind down myself, I'm actually not bringing my computer and my VR headset to France this time. I'm going over to France and I'm going to try and actually wind down and switch off a bit, which is massive for me, because I burn every hour that God gives me to just go at it. And so for me, this is going to be a shock and a peeling back and a slight. I'll still be online or engaging a bit, but it'll be a slight detoxification from that. And yet it comes in, and we hit this each year. And as you get older, you look at it, and you might look at it with a bit of sort of negativity, or, you know, oh yeah. And yet I spoke to a neighbor today in his he's approaching his 80s, and we had a discussion today, and it was real, it was deep, it was profound, it dealt with mortality, and yet we were talking about how we live in the countryside and how city people mightn't stand in a field and just experience and be in the moment, no matter what age you are. And it was a wonderful thing that with a neighbor of mine who couldn't even begin to fathom what I do with technology, who is so older generation that I couldn't even begin to explain. However, we were in that moment as I was driving down from my morning coffee to the village. We were in a moment of facing reality and facing mortality and facing challenges and facing respect for elders and talking just real in that moment and being in that moment. And so how we face into a new year, we can do it hallmark cheesy, yeah, go on the treadmill, la, 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 and miss every opportunity to define and change and shape how we approach life. And that's work. You know, we would rather listen to somebody say, here's your 5 steps, your 4 plans, your this, your that, your boo, 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 and get a buzz, and then meet people around the coffee machine and talk about this 4 or 5 step or some hype or some, and miss it completely. And so these moments for me are real moments where you get to reflect and challenge and learn and sort of say, well, what is it for me? Because what it is for you might be different from your neighbor. And if you're looking at your neighbor and trying to compare, well, then you've missed it. And with that, I won't hog the mic anymore, but I will say this, is that a few nights ago, Bobby came up and just joined in, and it was great. We had a great time, because when we have our artists on Twitter, it's just flooded. And so I put titles up that will challenge. And so the last night, when I was just doing a sort of a pop-up space, I thought of the word nostalgia for a space that I used to do, which was shilling heart and not art. And I was like, nostalgia. Well, I don't look back as much as others might. I'm a forward looker. And I thought of the concept reverse nostalgia. And I says, obviously somebody's thought of it. And I found it in the Urban Dictionary. And what that was that you could be in a moment. Reverse nostalgia is the idea that you can be in a moment and look outside yourself, look at where you're at and observe where you're at and say, can I look back on this moment, that I have a sense that I will look back on this moment nostalgically? Now, for something like that to happen, to look back in a moment or have that presence or understanding to say, I will look back on this moment with nostalgia, you have to look outside of yourself. You have to look outside of so much. You have to overcome so many things. You have to say, well, you know, it's bad. How can I look at it? There's so much that challenges you with that idea that, well, if you cannot look back on this moment with nostalgia, what do you need to do? How can you then? So I'm just throwing that. I'm not telling you to answer, and I'm not opening. I'm just doing that. My goal is not to get you to agree with me. My goal is to get you to think. And so I'm just throwing that little grenade of thought into the landscape as we face it. And I just want to thank you again, Donica. You're amazing because you're doing it all the time. This end of year herding into a corner that happens with the annual calendar. You do it every time you come into spaces, and so people enjoy that, and I enjoy it, and I want to commend you for it and just thank you for it as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, I adore you. I appreciate you. I love your accent. I love all you do. And for loving and respecting my sister so much. You guys are so amazing together. And, you know, sometime when I'm busy, because Saturday I always have clients when you do the space, but I find the time to tune in and do that because you always like my poetries, so I come and recite some of them. But I am grateful, and I love that with nostalgia what you say, because you know what, being in moment, I feel when I'm nostalgic sometimes is like I get lost in the moment, and I go deep too, because it is so good. Everything, we never ever erase everything. It's like that memory that is storage in the computer. We pretend like everything is, it disappears. Even if we go under the ground and we break the computer into the pieces, it's still part of that. It is. So our memories bring that nostalgia, and it's like how much you get lost on that. That is the answer. So go back to 2022, filter what is good for you, make that collage of memories and take a nice picture and look at that to remind you what was good and what is bad, because we can erase the life. We appreciate life, because without moments, it is not going to be a story. So moment by moment, we create the story, and the stories are beautiful. This is why we share. And because you guys like the story, I came every week. Sometimes I don't want it to come. One time I was like, I give up in this because a lot was going on, and was Noble around. He DM me, it's like, you better come into the space. We love you and your energy. I was like, I'm just tired, man. It's so much energy. He said, I know you're going to show up and I'm going to be there. And I was like, hold on. Noble Ron is telling me, and I don't know him so much. Think about other people than I know for a little bit longer. So we connect in here, and at this moment, maybe is one word, that poetry, that art, and anything then we share, then it brings us together in here. So just share what you have in your heart, because when you are honest and when you're kind and when you share, people will go and love you and come after you. So I'm grateful for that, and grateful for all of you. Thank you, Block News. And I don't know if anybody else want to speak before I leave, but I see Kent in here, and I really don't know you, but I trust you. So anything new and good you have to share, please share. And I think you're the last one. Then you go and speak.
Oh, okay. No, I sort of, I just jumped on the space because I saw your message and saw what the heading was. And I do that every year at the end of the year, have a look at, where I've gone and where I'm going. And I don't want to sound negative, but I keep looking back every year and I see us going nowhere as a society. I'm a bit on the environmental side and a few things, and I can't understand why we've developed the systems and technology to basically get this planet running like a Swiss watch. We could live such a better lifestyle have an abundance, even with the population we have, and yet we don't seem to be going there. We seem to be becoming more divided, more arguments, more. No one knows what value means anymore. No one knows what good means anymore. No one knows what the truth is anymore. So I'm hoping that next year, it's going to be a year for a bit more enlightenment, so we can get a bit more, wise to ourselves and understand that if we don't take the lead and start directing our future in a more positive way, we're not going to go anywhere. Sorry, I don't mean to sound negative.
Oh my goodness, you are not. I have so much love for environment. So I am my background is biology, chemistry. So we used to go in this expedition and study all the plants and flowers. And one professor was so much in love with earth. Everywhere we went, we have bags to pick up. If you see anything in the ground, pick it up. It's like pretend like you are in the ground and people throw rocks and garbage in you and suffocate you. And that is the Mother Earth where you step. So every time do something good for the place that keeps you alive. So yes, we are suffocating and people are losing that connection with environment, with nature. I think we are more in the illusion world because it's so much technology, phones, spaces, internet, TV. We are losing what keeps us alive. So I understand that love you have and the passion, and I'm all for that. I say build gardens and go outside, give the kids, the hose and let them to water the flowers and put the hands in the dirt and pick up the worms and play with the worms and feel everything. But that is lost, that connection. My mom used to make us, we didn't even have balls. She used to take like all kind of rags and sew it needle, and that was our soccer ball. But we played. We used to take like a twig and make it dress and we have the Barbie dolls, so called, in our time. But we have the best time, and it's no more. So they losing the connection is not the same it was before, and I don't know how to answer to that. I try to talk to my students, love love the earth, because that is what the beauty is, where virgin beauty is, not what we picture and what we see image with the filters and all of this, how the world is, you know I don't know what we see right now. But I understand what you say, and you are not speaking negative. You open your heart and you said a lot of things, and we all think, and I don't know how to change it. Is right now. Block News, I know you. I ask you for help. Maybe you you can say
A,
something better than me.
a poem to resonate, maybe. Can
Absolutely.
Here
Yes.
we go. Where is the world going? In what direction? Corruption, the rule, not the exception. The masses fed reverse engineered words. Truth to the ears is outrageously absurd. Is there or can there be hope for humanity? While our mainstream is polluted with bilgewater insanity.
God.
Can't disagree with that.
Whew, that was so beautiful. I thought he's done. One more line. So beautiful. So thank you so much. You always are amazing. It's like so good. And I know everybody else agree with what you wrote. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. So So if anybody else want to share anything else, any last word, raise your hand. If no, I'm going to jump to the guided meditation. And with that, if I'm going like for the cell, going once, going twice,
Thank you,
going three.
Donica.
Yes, you are so welcome. Very
Nice,
welcome.
nice to meet you, Donica. Thanks.
Thank you, and welcome back on the spaces. I do that every Monday. So thank you so much again for coming. I wish you a wonderful holiday season. I'll pray for you and I'll put all of you in my prayers for 2023. And it's going to be a blessing year because we already were starting with positivity and, with love and good intention. So remember, guys, don't fear discomfort. Step out of your comfort zone for 2023. Feel the fears and do it anyway. And take risk. What is life without a risk? You just go and sit down in that comfort zone and you never know what is in the other side of the bridge. Maybe whenever is the path of luck is waiting over there, and the Irishman and say, hey, hello, come over here because I have great things for you. So just take risk, just don't be afraid because life is too short, and put yourself first, prioritize your health and wellness. Start with a positive mindset your day. Say, I'm okay, everything is okay. And ask the angels. I'm a big believer on angels. Angels guide me, protect me, go ahead of me, open the path for me and my family, bring the right people ahead of me and the right opportunities, because I want to be successful, I want to grow, I want to develop. And success start always within you. When you are successful, when you feel confident, the right people will come and sit because they are going to walk with you and be the biggest cheerleader. So, and always think when you do something, how will my success impact the life of others? We are here to serve others. We think then we are here to serve ourselves. No, we are here to serve others. So when you do things, do it intentionally. Use every tool, every resource, every skill, everything you have, every story to be a successful story, to touch life, to motivate others, to do good for the world. So make yourself accountable, do the best you can, and let's make 2023 the best year, because we can. We already started in here. And with that said, sit in a comfortable position, and you don't have to stay in the chair, but I am, because I have to operate everything, music and doing this. I'm going to try to find some nice music in here. I'm going to put this, yes. Ooh, I've been like very excited and I'm thankful for this. So this meditation is to invite the new year with truth, love, serenity, and blessings. And I know abundance is calling you this year. So if you sit in, try to open your shoulders and open space in your heart for new blessings, for new fresh air. If you're laying down, try to your pinky to touch the couch or the bed. If you are sitting, just ground your feet. If you want your energy for yourself, your palm can touch your thighs and your legs. And if you want to spread that energy with others, the palms can see above the ceiling. Either way, be prepared. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out. Another deep breath in. Breathe peace and love and release any doubt and worry. And the third breath, breathe for yourself, for your family and the world. Love, peace and light. And release any doubt, fears and anxiety. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. And I am the truth. Communicating my needs, my wishes and desires is vital to my well-being. I have the power to create a new vision and reality for my future. And the best creation, it starts from my heart, spoken with true words. I express my truth and creativity as possible. And I communicate with those who open their heart to me as I open to them. Through the energy and vibration, the honesty and kindness, I connect with pure souls, goals, and purpose. I attract what is for me and ahead of me. I attract love and light, health and abundance, because I'm worthy of health and abundance, of grace and forgiveness, of love and happiness. My spirit rests in peace and silence. I express my love and goodness each time I speak. I am grateful for all my gifts and talents that serve me so well. I have the power to invest in myself. I have the power to be a helpful hand for others. And a change maker for the world. I have the power to create all the success and prosperity I deserve and I wish for. And I wish for 2023 health and prosperity, joy and peace, love and kindness to multiply from each one that I come in contact with. That is my wish. And so it is. I send you love and light. And I send angels ahead of you to clear the path. And your job is to let go. Don't take with you in 2023 the fear, the doubts, the anxiety, and want to hold you back. Travel light and with light. Travel fast with love to connect with your soul, with your body, with your mind, and the universe. We are one love, one soul, one world. Wishing you love and light. Namaste.